Alright, so number 17 is called Island of Dragons. I don't understand. The sign's like no Mario's that way. Getting hit made me jump too. That's... The birds are dancing. Nice. Simple little level. Cool. Well, let me write down a few notes and we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, this was a 72-hour contest, and I know that lots of people also use this as an opportunity to, like, learn how to use lunar magic. So, I mean, what you can accomplish in 72 hours is going to be largely informed by how much experience you already have with lunar magic. So, that was a fairly simple level, and perfectly fine. Entry number 18. Six, seven. Yeah, a cursed emote like that feels like that's either got to be Pi or DP, so I was right. I had to check. The Epic of Alexander Ultimate is an ultimate raid introduced in patch 5.11. The raid, also known as TEA, is based on the Alexander... Is that... Bowser with the numbers 6 and 7 in his hands? I don't like that. Oh god. This is kind of neat. A neat idea. I'm Gravity Man. I'm here to flip your bars. I mean, that's just helpful to write 1F0 on the 1F0s.
Oh.
1F0 is a specific tile that sprites can stand on top of, but player cannot. Mario cannot, so... Sure, the community could have given them a useful name, but they're usually just referred to as 1F0, based on the tile ID.
Oh.
Is 1F0... I mean, the game doesn't use any 1F0 tiles that I know of. Is 1F0 the tile that's underneath the triangle block? Inside of dirt in caves. Okay. Definitely didn't know that. That's an interesting setup. You motherfucker.
Oh.
This is pretty creative. I knew I recognized that. You're right. It is from the Dream Course background.
Oh. 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 Oh.
If I'm doing that wrong, I don't know.
Determined to go forward.
Yo, Pandacar, thanks so much for the Prime Gaming sub. Okay. These setups are really cool. I can only walk? No, it's fine. Okay, now my gravity is reversed. But sprite gravity is not reversed. Now it's only me. Oh. Our gravity is always opposite. I understand now. So when my gravity is up, theirs is down. Oh man, I could not figure out what I was going to do there. That interaction was just not sight readable. Ah. Of course it goes up.
Ow.
My power-up always goes away from me.
Ow.
Don't know what I was thinking there. I'm sorry? I'm sorry?
Ow.
I'm sorry. That's antisocial behavior. I don't know how. I don't know what else to call that. Okay, that time it worked. All right. I wonder if you had to walk across it, because something to do with gravity basing its, like, it being at the top of the screen or something? I don't know. All right. Mario saves American football. Welcome, this is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Football is missing again. Looks like Bowser's at it again. Oh no, due to the national helium shortage on Dinosaur Land, the Chucks have gone crazy and started destroying everything. Oh, I needed not to do that. Got it. Oh no! The ghost of all the Chucks who suffered CTEs are chasing after you hitch a ride onto the big steely and save football. This is from Buster Bust Loose. With his trusty Mario brand football, Mario must take to the field and make his way to the other side no matter what. I love that the background has been edited to have a QLDC in it. That rules. I don't remember what it said in Bust or Bust Loose, but... It just said win. That's what it's all about. Am I winning? Yes, I am. Thank you, RK. Finally someone asks the question. No one ever asks me if I'm winning. Oh, I probably shouldn't have done that. This actually might be just 6 tiles. It is, okay. Messed up. Oh. Jesus. There's so much going on here. Didn't want it. Don't need it. Actually, what happens if I... Yeah, it respawns. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I am emulating the Game Boy camera with MGBA. I have an actual Game Boy camera, but placing it right above my monitor would not really be feasible. Doing it not with actual hardware as well means that my Game Boy camera can run at a higher frame rate as well, which it is. Believe it or not, this camera is not running at 50 frames a second. It's running at 200 and something. Game Boy camera could mount on top of a 50-inch monitor. I don't know if you're old enough to know what a Game Boy camera looks like, but it plugs into the Game Boy. God, getting past that spot is so annoying. I just need to hit the guy. I don't... Stop. No! Football Ghost is back! Okay. So this just got very stupid. Okay, now hold on a second. Why do we keep inviting the football ghost? I got smudged. It is finished. Through blood, sweat, and tears, Mario has saved football. Feels strong, man.
Here, have a money.
If I had a nickel for every time a QLDC entry used the football physics, I'd have 3,237.6 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened 3,237.6 times. Meant affectionately.
There is a not insignificant subset of people who think questionable. I'll use football physics. And let's be perfectly clear, they're not wrong. Yo, newbie, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome. We just finished another QLDC level. Yeah, sorry newbie, you missed football. I think the more important question is, why aren't you on a Game Boy? Got him. The final boss of SMW Central. Bye.
Can you use this money?
If I had a nickel for every QLDC entry using slope moles, I'd have 1 nickel. That's not a lot, and that is a travesty.
Word. We last left off with one last area for Mario to discover to end an upcoming threat to the Mushroom Kingdom. Working through what Pikmin 2 stuff? Oh, I simulcast to YouTube now, so you can find all of my broadcasts on YouTube. They won't expire. Usually when games give you a lot of special items, you should be prepared for what's next. Word. Final area. On second thought. Terrarium! Thanks so much for the raid. Moment of truth. The Fool's Gate. Oh. Oh no. I don't know if it did. I had a little period where I got the Big Depresso and was having a hard time keeping up with archiving my VODs. And so a lot of ones for about a year just kind of disappeared. I just did a terrible job of keeping up with them. So that may have been during that period. I don't think it's unlisted. I don't think it's anything like that. I think I just like let it lapse unintentionally. You want me to smash myself? I'll smash myself. What if it's over there? Maybe it's over there. Okay, I understand now. I get it. I don't know that I've ever tried to turn around from a pipe cannon. If you had asked me, like, pop quiz right now, can you reverse your momentum enough to land back on the platform after getting fired from a cannon? I would say no. So I didn't try that because that seemed like nonsense. There's no way that would work. I'm sure I've done it before too, but I've never really given it enough thought to register that that was something I could do. Alright, can't delay on this one because the pipe's all the way over there. Oh, it's the other way. Shoot. Oh, it's not the other way. You have to thread that needle there. Okay. That's very funny that they put all of the extra lives in a top secret-like area with power-ups, and then you enter the castle and it takes your power-ups. That's just very funny to me. I love that. Ray of Light, thank you so much for the raid. Let me guess, I'm not allowed to keep this one either? Sorry, but the enemy you're looking for is in another castle. Try the leftmost side of the door next time. So is this a stage that's like using a wide door that spans 2 screens? Yeah, doors don't... So, a funny thing about SMW's engine, doors don't map to things. Doors just represent a transition. It's the screen itself that logs where the transition goes. So if you put a door right on a screen boundary, but I don't think that should work for a one-tile door. I'd be more inclined to think that that was a twice than it was a actual... Like, I didn't think that's the way that should work for one-tile doors. Interesting. Threat eliminated. Now here's your music credits. If I saw something, can I say it? Probably? Sure. Gotcha. That's the same reason, by the way, that if you have a pipe in a vertical room, or a pipe in a vertical room that's right up against a screen boundary, that riding Yoshi actually makes you too tall and you end up getting transferred to the wrong room. Alright, I'm back. Think I wrote my notes for this one already? Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and flip it back over. Jump into the next one. Well, that doesn't look right. Jank camera, man. Mario fired Lakitu and took over his job as cameraman. Is he cut out for the job? This is gonna be a good one. I can tell you right now, this is gonna be a good one. So this is at least somewhat taking advantage of the fact that there's certain mechanics that are based on where the camera's positioned. Like that last room was that you can screen wrap if a green bean is right at the boundary of the camera. Hmm. Do I have to race it down? Oh, yeah, I cleared its sort of X trigger. Oh, Gilder, thanks for the raid. Oh, I know how to do this one. So there's an interesting thing with Thwomps is that they decide whether or not to crash down based on how close Mario is X-wise, but they don't take into account screen wrapping. This one is probably going to ask me to respawn something. Dropping that there is probably not the right answer. We've had a few really good ones today. I mean, we had tons of great ones yesterday, too. The levels have been very cool so far. Something has to... So I guess let's start with this. Can I... No. If the camera were... Oh, that cleared all the... Oh, that cleared all the thing. But okay, I understand that. Oh, I understand now. I only want to destroy the bottom one. So I don't want to... Okay, so this one almost certainly depends on the fact that the camera will pull me. So I think I want to drop that there and then just crouch and let the camera pull me through the munchers. Oh, but then I die, so I have to jump enough that I don't die doing that. Is this just like a thing where the... Okay. Yeah, the collision on that platform probably doesn't work off screen. Okay, that's sick. That... Fuck. That was really good. Damn. Yeah, I see that as being a really great level for like teaching players about weird camera interactions. Because like, I imagine that the average person in this room who has watched some Super Mario World knew a few of those rooms, could have figured out a few of those rooms, but I imagine most players in here would have had at least one room where they weren't really familiar with the interaction. And I think that's really cool. The bean one's a really common one because that gets used in a lot of ROM hacks, putting like a green bean at the top of the screen so you get the screen wrap property out of it. I think the average person could have probably figured out despawning the magic by putting it off screen. But I think some of those would have tripped up the casual SMW enjoyer, and I think it's a cool way to like introduce some of those ideas. Put the green bean at the top of the screen. Yeah. That's a Parappa line. I was inspired by the train level in Metal Slug X Level 3. Hey chat, I'm not as familiar with Metal Slug as maybe I should be. Am I worried right now? Okay. One of these days I should play through some Metal Slug games. I've played a little bit of Metal Slug, not a real amount, but you know, I've opened the games and played them before. And they seem like a lot of fun. Yeah, I've always, I think, been most impressed by how good-looking Metal Slug games are. They're making a Metal Slug JRPG. They made a Tactics Metal Slug? Is it good? I kind of like Tactics games. I feel like, at least in my heart, I've become a bit of a Tactics sicko. I'd like to play Final Fantasy Tactics again sometime soon. Maybe that's what I'll start after QLDC, is I'll start another playthrough of Final Fantasy Tactics. Do you think there's any chance that they'll ever backport the voices from the remake into the PlayStation game? That's what I want. Yeah, like a mod. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Derek. Like, Final Fantasy Tactics Ultimate Talkie Edition. You can. You know, I've seen a lot of XCOM games, and I really respect the format. But people likened Mario and Rabbids to the XCOM format, and I kind of didn't love Mario and Rabbids, and maybe that's a bad comparison, you know? Like, maybe that is not a faithful example, but the format just wasn't doing it for me. So the mistake I keep making here is when you play Super Mario World, especially like if you're a speedrunner, you train yourself that if you want to spin jump, you hold X to run, and if you want to regular jump, you hold Y to run. And the reason why that works is because X and Y are functionally equivalent in Super Mario World. So which one you hold doesn't matter. But in this, when I change from X to Y, it's firing an extra bullet that's pushing me back and throwing me off, so... Yeah, I've got a lot of buddies who are like really into XCOM, but part of it is that I don't know how to put this without sounding really vain or something, but like it's just kind of a very, what I've seen of XCOM feels like a very, I don't know, beardy format. Like it's made for the old grognards, you know? And while I'm willing to tolerate a beardy format like that for a CRPG, which I love, I'm not sure that I'm like deep enough into tactics to be able to put up with one whose systems don't really thrill me. And I've said before, there's other reasons why I'm personally drawn to Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm a big sicko for job systems. Like, games with job systems just hit different. You took my gun? Oh my god, do not put this man back in video games again. Last time we saw this man, he was in Amazing, and... I don't know. I want to do a replay of Final Fantasy Tactics, probably to no one's surprise with retro achievements, and then maybe we'll broach the subject of introducing more tactics games. I've heard great things about some of the other popular tactics formula. Have I played Tactics Ogre? Not any time as an adult. I went through my phase when I was younger of, wow, emulators are so cool, I should try so many different games, and I played, you know, a few hours of like every video game I could get my hands on. And I'm pretty sure at some point I played, I want to say it was Tactics Ogre. Oh my god, it is Epcot! I love an Epcot on a day. Okay, okay, you fuckers. Which is the Tactics game that got that remake not too long ago? Was that Tactics Ogre, or was that a different one? Because I remember watching Smite play it a little bit, and it looked like it had some of the same juice from Final Fantasy Tactics that I liked, but it seemed like every fight had about 4 times as many people on the field, and every battle took roughly 3 or 4 hours. I wasn't feeling that part of it. I think one of the things I did like about Final Fantasy Tactics so much was that your squad and your opponent's squad were always small enough that it felt like a fight that went correctly didn't really take all that long. I'm gonna kill this man. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? You know, this is a very common setup for a Big Boo fight that I really, really like. Genuinely. This is not me saying, like, everyone's done it. Everyone has done this fight right here, where you've got the Eerie spawner, and I actually kind of like it. I played a lot of the Mario and Rabbids game, and I liked it, but there were elements of it that made me not stick with it. Like, I would not describe it as a bad game. If you're into tactics, you might quite like it. But there were just certain elements to it that I just wasn't feeling. The scrolling background is... You know, I don't get motion sick, but as close to motion sick as I can get, it's starting to make me that. Okay, got it. I downloaded it. A little too fast. Oh, okay. Alright. So, that's why he does that, is because they don't want me to fuck around. Ooh, he gets fast. Okay. I was very confident that was going to be the last hit, yeah. Okay. Eleanor Rose, thank you so much for the resub. I appreciate it. 53 months. Holy heck. That was a cool level. Oh, I'm not supposed to tell you that. All of my thoughts on every level are supposed to be a secret. You can't fire me, I quit. Can I have my job back now? I'm sorry. Fork Knife presents. Okay. Where are we dropping, Mario? Oh no, Mario has been forced into Bowser's Battle Royale. Collect 8 blue warp moons scattered around to progress. Where are you dropping? No, where are you dropping? I'm so sorry. I'm not a boomer, I swear to God. We're dropping here. Oh my God. This is such a fun concept for a level. Like, genuinely, this rules. There it is. It's up there. I see you. I see you. Let me up. Let me up, you coward. I need to find a cape. Is this Tomato Town? Okay, a P-switch will get... Oh my God, is this gonna end up being like... kind of a Metroidvania-ish thing? Where like you gotta find items in some places and bring them back to other places? So you can access all of the places, but where you dropped was random. This is so cool. I'm sorry. This is just such a cool idea. What a simple thought, and yet such a clever level out of it. Okay, this is another spot where I need a P-switch. We've already seen one of the warp moons needing a P-switch. Okay, this is interesting. A shell could be useful in some places. So you don't need all of them? You just need specifically 8? It seems like there's far more than 8. Oh, okay. I was gonna set up a Galumba jump and accidentally found the block. You better not kill me. I'm trying to get my victory royale over here. P-switch! P-switch! Oh, I see what I'm supposed to do here. It's another place where P-switching will help. Yay! Whee! I really like that level. Damn, what a cool idea for a level! Hello everyone! Welcome from the Dicey Raid. I'm Author Blues. What was that map screen? So this is a fork knife level where you randomly drop at one of 8 locations. Okay. We're moving on to our next one, folks. That's half of the entries in QLDC. Thank you for playing Prelude to the Epilogue to the Prelude to the Zoo. Now open the ROM as a zip archive. Wait, what? Changing the extension to .zip may help. Make sure to read the included readme.pdf. Thanks again for wait. You're very joking right now, I assure you. No fucking way that this actually opens as a zip file. Welcome to my QLDC entry. I was a little strapped for time, so sorry if the level wasn't all that interesting, but it was mostly a formality. I would now like to turn your attention towards the grave injustice suffered by Idle during QLDC 3 earlier last year. Her frankly iconic entry, Prelude to the Zoo, was absolutely robbed by the judges at the time. No top 3? No distinction? For a modern masterpiece? Ridiculous. It's 10 pages long, don't worry about it. In the rest of this entry and document, I will seek to remedy this error, highlight parts of the entry that may have gone unnoticed at the time, and will further attempt to put my own spin on this iconic entry, proving it is not only a great piece, but at least as worthy of being the basis of hacking as the original game. But first, let me dispel some of your potential concerns. You might ask yourself something like, how did we get here? This is not my beautiful house. Or is this okay? I understand. I hear your concerns. I assure you, this is perfectly acceptable for you to be reading this right now. This document, as well as anything else in this zip file, are totally fine for you to include in your judging. After all, they are part of the entry file. There's no ambiguity at all whether this is part of the entry or not. Secondly, you might ask yourself, but why? This is a trivial matter, really. I simply am not allowed to submit something other than a BPS patch as my entry, and thus I had to jump through some hoops in order to ensure the ROM output when patching my entry is also a valid zip file. That's the simple reality of our situation. You might ask, well, why not just submit a zip file with stuff inside rather than the BPS? The reason is, again, simply, that my entry would not be the zip file. My entry would merely be contained in the zip file. A small difference in theory, but in practice, it is what allows you to judge the zip file. That's my actual entry. I'm putting down the controller. Rather than feeling conflicted about whether submitting a zip rather than a BPS as an entry is okay. With that out of the way, let us now turn toward the actual topic of discussion. I remember this fucking entry. Level 105 of the original Prelude to the Zoo. You may consider listening to the port used in the entry as you go in order to enhance your experience. What can be said about this entry that hasn't been said already? An icon... I can fix this, hold on. Does anyone remember offhand... Does anyone remember offhand which entry it was from the previous one? Entry notes. Not that one. I've got all the entries from last year sitting here. 56, thank you. The entry. What can be said about this entry that hasn't been said already? An icon of its time, early 2005, when we were all a little happier and sprier still. A time of dogs and marble floors, a time to frolic and be merry. It was on the 3rd of February at 1:48 a.m. for me that the enigmatic Prelude arrived in my particular life, draped in the satin cloak of that waxing cold early year moon, as if riding on a dream. There's a distinct simplicity and yet obvious sophistication to the Prelude. We enter the experience immediately, no overworld, no Nintendo Presents, not even a mere coin chime marks our arrival. Its main part is very short overall, fully fitting into Figure 1. Figure 1, by the way, right here. The music. The first thing we sense is the music, and it appears before the Prelude has even fully come into view. A whimsical, calm song. It immediately primes our expectations. It is not the music of running, fighting, beating. There is a sense that we are in a place that is safe and non-threatening. The message. As the area comes into view, we are greeted with a text that may seem innocent or simple at first glance, but contains in fact a multitude of mysterious tidbits for us to sink our interpretational teeth into if we so desire. Today's piece is titled Eye of Dog, Impregnable Gaze, by untitled artist. Conceived by unknown parent. Please enjoy. Several things draw our attention immediately. The text appears as if we are entering some kind of museum or other art exhibition space, yet the entry's name is Prelude to the Zoo. This piques the player's interest, seemingly a contradiction, brilliantly resolved in the third act. Moreover, how come the art is untitled? What does it mean? Oh, how come the artist is untitled? What does it mean for an artist to be untitled? One might assume this is a mistake, yet that simply cannot be the case, as the more usual unknown is used right after, in reference to the parent. Note also that the piece does not appear to have a date of creation, quite unusual for an art piece. The walk-up. Following the message, we gain actual control of our character, which I will refer to as Mario from now on for simplicity. Our environment appears as if made of some sort of marble, perhaps. Everything is blindingly bright. We face right, a rather conventional choice, and are immediately aware that there is nothing to be gained from walking the 2 tiles to the left, as there is clearly only a cold marble wall awaiting us. As we walk about a screen worth to the right, we exit the little 3-tile tall hall, and enter what appears to be a rather large room, quote-unquote, room, of sorts. We continue and finally find ourselves face to face with what I will henceforth refer to as the dog. The dog. The dog appears in a wooden frame, large and imposing compared to Mario. Notably, it appears fairly dark compared to the rest of the area, which draws additional attention to it due to the contrast. The figure in the wooden frame, the dog, a pit bull, with a peculiar smile, sat on a brown couch, feels confrontational, ambiguous, not hostile, but uncertain. We have already been primed to view its gaze as impregnable, and so we do. The stage was set and we have arrived at its center. It is likely most people would stop here for a bit, likely right underneath the frame, to appreciate the sudden feeling of a presence. The exit. After admiring the dog, we move further to the right, towards what appears to be the exit of this exhibition. Exactly as narrow as the space we started in. We can tell it's the way to leave the area. The screen stops scrolling as it comes into view. It's a simple affair, much shorter than the area we covered as we walked up to the dog. And the credits. Upon leaving the area, the credits start immediately, resolving all tension of the dog's ambiguous gaze. All questions exit our mind. We have done it, so to speak. The start of the credits, shown in Figure 2, is a particular interest, as it is different from the base game. The creators of the base game are relegated to mere contributors to the gallery, as we just visited. In a metatextual way, though, it's still true that the gallery could only be presented due to those contributors, not just in the way usually associated with a gallery. It is very worth noting that the author of the entry is actually revealed subtly at the end of the list of contributors, at the very bottom of the screen, as seen in Figure 3. While an author reveal is unconventional in QLDC, this was in fact legal in QLDC number 3 for the first time. Figure 3. The intermission. Funnily, after the initial credit sequence, we are briefly reunited with the dog. As the Yoshi's house part of the overall credits takes place, we simply cannot escape its strange smile and empty, doll-like eyes. The zoo. It is, in my view, inarguable that what follows after this point is the actual zoo the title speaks of. As the enemies of the original base game are shown, we slowly come to realize that the brief sequence we just played through earlier took no time at all compared to the zoo. We've now found ourselves, and thus, truly, it was a prelude just as promised. Peculiarities. My description of the events of the prelude so far have only mentioned the obvious. There are some notable additional points of interest I will now elaborate on. The ambiguous exit. While I've described the credits as starting immediately upon exiting the area, this is not necessarily true. In a few of my playthroughs, the area loops right back to the start after you exit it. It is unclear to me what triggers this, if it is intentional and whether it is a common occurrence. Initially, I thought you might be required to appreciate the dog for at least a set amount of time, but this does not appear to be the case, as longer appreciation does not always reliably trigger the credits. This would warrant further investigation, but alas, there are a few hours in 72 to be devoted to such detailed work. The zoo's colors. The castle tile set appears to have had its colors altered. This is visible in the zoo at a few points and can be seen in Figure 4. I never even noticed that. This is likely due to the gallery also being in the Castle 1 tile set, and thus alterations to this level's palette having carried over to the overall Castle tile set, which is used in the credits. Though, interestingly, the alterations to the Castle tile set's palette do not perfectly line up with the palette that is actually used in the gallery, suggesting the tile set's palette was either altered deliberately, or altered at some point and then decoupled from the gallery's palette. The second dog. We revisit the dog in the intermission part of the credit sequence, thus it follows that a dog must be present in level 104 of the Prelude. This can be seen in figure 5. The gallery we walk through is in level 105 and was already shown in figure 1. Thus we can now see that there are in fact two separate dogs present in the entry. A deliberate action. It is unambiguously intentional that we are confronted with the dog's gaze twice through our experience. Oh. The dog behind the dog. I have thus far treated the dog as a mere symbol. He is, in fact, not just any old dog, but a specific well-known dog named Maddie. According to Know Your Meme, Maddie is a female pit bull rescue known as Pero, with a smile often viewed as both humorous as well as slightly unsettling. The peculiar image we see of Maddie in this entry originates around March 2018 and is likely either the exact image from Instagram shown in figure 6 or closely related. It is interesting to note here that while it's not easily visible in the entry, there is in fact a second dog in this image in the lower right. This is easily missed in the entry as the dog is largely brown and easily lost in the color reduction of the graphics strip used in the entry, though the white paw is still easy to spot. Note that since Maddie is a rescue, her parents may in fact be unknown, just as the opening message of the entry alluded to. Oh, there is a second dog! Sir, a second dog just hit the photo. The music's origin. The music used in the entry is the save screen from the LCDDEM, a Yume Nikki fan game. Strangely, the entry uses the unsampled version of the port, even though both sampled and unsampled versions of it were added to the SMW Central Music section back in 2020. The only reason for this I can come up with is that the comedic effect of the entry is further improved by the credit music breaking somewhat, likely due to this choice of port, though I'm not entirely familiar with the mechanism at play here. An appeal. As stated in the introduction, I believe this entry deserves more than it got at the time. While judges' notes and reactions generally seem positive, the end result, no top 3 trophy, no distinction, led one to question the overall... Sorry, that one threw me off a bit. Led one to question the overall treatment of the Prelude. Clearly, many details were missed by inattentive, distracted, or indifferent judges. Inattentive has 2 T's here. While I'm obviously unsatisfied with the panel's decision on this entry and wish to sum up what appears to be the true unfiltered collective reaction of the panel in one single image, I also do not wish to call out any individual judge in particular, and have thus anonymized the individual shown reacting in figure 7. The expression of disdain could not be clearer. I recommend, as part of the next section of this document, that any judge reading this right now who is involved in this grave injustice briefly stop and replay the original Prelude to the Zoo and seriously reconsider their decision from last time. While it is unprecedented, it should, in my view, be perfectly acceptable to award distinctions or even additional top 3 trophies to extraordinary entries such as the Prelude after judgment has concluded. Especially when an error has so clearly taken place. I petition anyone reading this to please make your voices heard and seek justice for the Prelude. Thank you. Your efforts will not be in vain if there is any sense left in this world. Epilogue. As promised, I will now display in one swift motion that the Prelude is a work of art that cannot be repeated, and simultaneously that it offers at least as good a basis for modification as the classical game we base our works upon, if not better. Additionally, stop and appreciate the original Prelude before continuing. If you are an original judge of the Prelude, you may consider this item non-optional. Oh, man. Man. I'm sorry, we're patching the patched ROM. That... I'm not mad. This is incredible. Alright, first, we have to re-experience the prelude. Prelude to the zoo. You're right, the other dog is visible in this photo. Has someone made an emote impregnable gaze? It's on BTTV. Absolutely fantastic. I love that. Incredible. Prelude to the Zoo. For Her Majesty's QLDC. Our ability to present this gallery is in thanks to our contributors. This is not the entry we're reviewing, by the way. This is the subject of the PDF, the 10-page PDF we just got done reading through. I can't help but feel like, no matter what my response is to any of this, I will be maligned again. This is not included in this entry, no. It is referenced in the PDF, but I grabbed this game from last year's QLDC. Beautiful. And this is the zoo. The castle tile set is indeed messed up. There it is. Just as alluded to in the PDF. Incredible. The attention to detail. Thank you so much for playing my game. Okay, give me a second to patch the patch. Incredible. Ooh, starting from the right-hand side. That's pretty avant-garde. It's me. I'm the art. So what is the artist trying to say here? It's just an empty frame. Today's piece was titled Prelude to the Zoo by Untitled Idol. You have enjoyed. Uh... I think I just got arted at. I think it actually might... Hold on. I think it actually might have crashed. I wasn't able to fast forward anymore. I mean, I can try it, but I don't know that it'll make a difference. But sure, why not? You know, we're in this far. Why not go the whole way? Oh, it also could be... Let's try with Beastness. I think you're skipping steps based on the PDF. In what way could I possibly be skipping steps? I just took a fresh ROM, patched it, and then... We're getting really in the weeds here. Apply the Prelude to the Zoo BPS patch to your clean ROM using flips. Apply the epilogue to the Prelude to the Zoo patch from the zip archive to the ROM produced in step 3. Yes, I did. I just did the thing. Everyone is so convinced that there is something I'm missing here. Maybe you have to have spent a certain amount of time appreciating the artwork. I'm going to change the file extension here to .zip, and I swear to God, if anything comes out the other side of this, I'm going to be pissed. Cannot open. Not an archive. But what about .rar? .rar are these balls. Okay. Yeah, no dog, 0 out of 10. Yeah, there is... Emperor Sam is correct. There is a .git folder with what... fuck, do I have to... Trying to think whether or not I can look at the commit history just from the git folder. Are there any branches? How do I list branches? Just get branch? No. There's only the one. Well, I'm not gonna dox their remotes if they have any. Anyway. That, we're not gonna plumb this further, okay? You can download them yourself. The PDF was clear, it is part of the hack. Fuck, I can't believe that you caught me out on a technicality. Fuck. I've got to move on. Super Mario World, power down. ROM hack, yellow, 67, and power down. We have detected a powerful presence behind this barrier, but it appears to not allow supers inside. Down below, there are 3 power downs guarded by beasts. Taking these may let you pass this barrier. Wait, I'm a super? But I'm a little more. I'm just a little guy. A power down? Oh god, oh fuck. This sucks so much. Oh, I think I need the chuck to jump over that. Oh my god. I mean, at this point, I would rather not be able to jump at all and have the level built around that than to have this fuck jump. It's a really cool idea, but because of the difficulty, I feel like the checkpointing is going to be miserable here. I very much like this idea, but... Okay. I'm not going to be able to jump at all next. Damn it. No, I can still jump. Oh, I can't hurt enemies. I'm not strong enough to hurt the boy. This is a way more creative idea than I expected. Spin jump still kill though. Mario's favorite thing, murder. I can still jump. I can still spin. I can stand on coins now. I'm so weak that I can't even collect coins. They're too powerful for me. Yeah, if I'd paid enough attention to all these coins, I probably would have figured it out myself. Oh, God. Have I tried not being so weak? No, I haven't. Thank you for asking. Here, have a nothing.
Can you use this money?
You might think you got this, but you actually do not have the power to collect this.
Oh no. Wow, I cannot believe that worked. You fell right into my trap. Time to finish this. Luigi, where did you... How did you... Cheer on Luigi. Mash buttons so he is motivated. You got this, Luigi. Focus, L. Thank you for the Prime Gaming sub, Lizzie. Oh, mamma mia! That was not part of the plan. This Bowser is just a cardboard cutout. It was supposed to be a training exercise. I patched in Infinite Lives, but still. He did show some confidence, I guess. Well, I'm out of here. We'll save you, Luigi. Don't worry. Go, Luigi! No, it can't be helped. SMW Central presents VLDC 15, the 15th vanilla level design contest collaboration hack. You can't just submit the entirety of VLDC 15. Welcome, this is the official compilation hack of SMW Central's 15th vanilla level design contest. 104 entries await, have fun. Item abuse. There should be a bean here. And here too. Oh, did it despawn?
Never give up.
Okay.
Determined to go forward.
Revelasa, thanks so much for the 23 months. And Blue Jello, thank you for 7 months? There we go. I'm a P-switch. Okay. One of these buttons unsticks. It's the up button. Fuck you.
Ow. 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 Ow.
I don't know where I'm supposed to be going here.
Ow. Ow.
I can, fuck.
Ow.
Hitting my head makes me duck, but so does just pressing down.
Ow. Ow.
I was bonking my head on the ceiling. Like that. Okay, I have the right idea. I think I figured out how to make progress there.
Ow.
But you gotta move a little smoother than that, buddy.
Ow.
Don't uncrouch so quickly.
Ow. Ow.
Jumping and pressing down fast enough is proving to be mechanically more difficult than I was anticipating.
Ow. Ow.
I do got this.
Ow.
It's just, I'm sliding too much. That's the problem. Is like, I've got mechanically how I want to do this. But I'm just sliding too much.
Ow.
Hole that kills you and right way. Oh, I am the P-balloon? How do I go up? Is this it? This is all the... I guess P-balloons naturally rise, so...
Ow.
How do I get that moon? Can I go through the wall here?
Ow.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm not confused about how Peeballoons work. I was just more meaning, does this one have a mechanism that allows me to go up faster? Or am I just at the mercy of this speed? I'm just a football. I have no control over my jump height. Of course you have to bounce high there. That just makes good sense. If you're talking about the NES version of Super Mario World, it was originally Hummer Team. Well, good luck to me. Okay, we made it. Shut the fuck up. La Moana. This must be a massive hack to just contain every song. I know that track, but I can't place it. The da 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 da. That's Sonic 3. I hate this room the most of all. This isn't my least favorite room in all of this QLDC yet. There's definitely been some nasty rooms. But this is my least favorite room in this level so far. This is another one that I definitely recognize, but I don't know from where. Fuck. Oh, Kirby's Dreamland music, or Kirby's Dream Course music. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'm probably gonna do save states at a certain point. I think we're getting pretty close to save state territory here. Up and down don't seem to do anything for me, so. Yeah, just anytime you want to, man. Just anytime.
Out. 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 Out.
Yep, just no rush.
Out.
I'm the... Oh, I'm the... I didn't realize I was the
Out.
boulder. I'm the boulder, baby.
Out. Out. Out.
I'm playing a small boulder the size of a large boulder.
Out. Out.
Determined to go forward.
Are we gonna make it?
Out.
Ah!
Out. Out.
That was too ambitious.
Out. 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 Out.
I am uncomfortable with the energy we've created in Lunar Magic today. I don't know if the boo is actually a threat. Like, I don't have a good sense of whether or not... Is this my emotional support boo? Because if he's just an emotional support boo, I'll take my time. I was kind of rushing because I thought he'd fuck my shit up. I think this might be from Mario is Missing, or sorry, Mario's Time Machine. This arrangement sounds a lot like the one that's in Mario's Time Machine. Come on, lock in, B. Point of advice, you can hit a message box for like this one for some helpful advice. Be sure to hit as many of them as you can. Oh my god. You've created some real dog shit here, I'm gonna be real with you. No, don't fall! I'm the mushroom. Yeah, that checks out. This level dares to ask the question: what if you could control a bunch of objects that nobody cares about, which unfortunately does plagiarize Ampersam's level in Nonsense, where you control Yoshi. God, you're so right, Mousewolf. I didn't even think about that, but that is very Russian bootleg coded. Oh. Sometimes I get like a big jump. Okay, bye. Oh, I'm back. Okay, that's death. Well, I mean, if I ever get tired of it, I can make my own checkpoints. I'm playing on emulator. I don't give a shit. Okay. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. I don't like this. No, 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 we're at the top. We're at the top. Okay. Okay. So that's dangerous. We don't want that. Got it. That's bait.
Out. Out.
Hmm.
Out. 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 Out.
Hup!
Out.
How?
Out.
I must have fat fingered a down input. That's the only thing I can think, because I definitely didn't hit the ceiling there.
Out. Out. Out.
Once again, I must have fat fingered a down input.
Out.
I tried to press down!
Ow.
Did not let me.
Ow.
I think that I can probably put a down input after destroying the munchers, but I need to be quick.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Ugh. This is still abuse. Item abuse. Oh, I get the name now.
Ow.
Yeah, this is actually 104 rooms. Hey, Dyza.
Ow.
Fuck! Sorry, language. This is really unprofessional of me.
Ow.
Isn't this Final Fantasy Legends 2 music? No. It's a... no, this is Mystic Quest.
Ow.
Sorry, Mystic Quest is gone now.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Jumping low enough that you don't bonk your head there sucks.
Ow.
I am so fucking stupid.
Ow.
I was thinking about momentum in this level and how holding the run button isn't doing anything because P-switches can't run, I guess. I don't know. And then I saw a slope and I was like, but I wonder if I can slide. Homie, that's a down input!
Never give up.
Ow.
Puka, thank you for gifting Bob the gift of me not having to listen to him talk about ads for 3 months. There we go. Oh my god. This is so stupid.
Ow.
I love this.
Ow. 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 Ow.
Wasn't that pipe? This rules.
Ow.
I should have done what I did last time. Bait left and then feint right. The other way around doesn't make any sense.
Ow. Ow.
I don't know which pipe to go into. Like, be clearer with your instructions.
Ow.
Okay, I take issue with this. That level was very cool. And a lot. There is no other dot. What did I think of the graphics for the American football one? It was good? The bumpty ball was pretty funny. I didn't figure out what it was until it bumped me, so. Welcome, this is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that something is wrong with the audio. Tech crew, please check. No. I didn't even get punished for pushing right. QLDC submitters are getting soft. There was a time where if a level title said go left and you pressed right, you would be punished for it. This is Super Mario World as Miyamoto envisioned it. You thought I wouldn't find it, but then I found it. What say you now? I just want you to know that I am not the target audience for this, but if you made Skybills play this, she would be cracking up. I know, I screwed up. Is it better now? Yes! I found a moon! I think all of the Cheep Cheeps despawned my platforms. You found the castle. Okay, that one. Okay, you got me on that one. Okay. But I mean, really, the castle music was where it really came into its own. The rest of it, I was like, this is kind of crass. It sounds like they just picked a fart sample and used that for the music. I don't know how any of that works, but I'm assuming that's the basic gist of it. And I was like, it's kind of crass, but like, okay, I see why you find that funny. And then the castle music. I think I'm gonna put a pin in it here. I think this is a good stopping point for me. I'm gonna send y'all over to Sky. I expect you to tell Sky about the fart music. I think she'll really enjoy that. We will pick up from number 28 tomorrow.